Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome in here tonight, race fans. The Outlaw Pro Late Model Series presented by the Outlaw Dirt Series, back right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network this week. My name, Roger Muth, here to bring you all that racing action. Here tonight, it is the Oswego Speedway here, one of the pride and joys of the New York State racing facilities. I say facilities in the New York State because, well, New York has a lot of great racetracks, especially dirt tracks. But here tonight, this is one of those tracks that they turn back into dirt from asphalt once a year. That's when the Super Dirt cars come here for Super Dirt Week. Tonight, though, it is the Pro Late Models. Like I said, these drivers ready to sling a little dirt here with the taxi cabs tonight. But last week, we missed the race at Sealings Grove. A great one there. We had a shake-up in the points championship standings. Adam Scott was able to take the top spot after Stephen Rayfield was not in attendance, had something pop up just like us, and he missed it. And then we missed all the racing action, but Adam Scott was able to take the top spot, and James Dahl is now second in the championship standings, and Stephen Rayfield is now third. Johnny Tucker and Jeffrey Hyatt round out the top 5 in the championship standings. We're going to shake them up again here tonight because it looks like a couple of drivers missing in action here tonight for Oswego. It is one of those tracks, whether you like it or you hate it, from what I understand. They won't let me get out on the track to turn some laps, so just going to have to all kind of agree to disagree on that one, I guess. Something odd about this track, we talk about it is dirt once a year. That's going to mean, well, there's going to be a lot of bumps on this speedway once we really get it worked in. The bottom of the track is where a lot of these drivers like to run. There's going to be bumps. So a lot of these drivers are going to try to migrate north a little bit to the top side of the speedway during the feature. And, well, then there's that old, iRacing glitch through turns 3 and 4, where you get too high, you might end up over the berm and in the parking lot. These drivers don't want to see that because, that could put them, back in the trailer for the end of the evening. But we have one heat race here tonight. It looks like every driver will make tonight's feature. So what do you say we get that starting lineup here for heat race number 1? And look at that. We figured out how to make it work. Once again, race fans, the starting lineup right there on the screen. James Dahl, one of the championship hopefuls, comes in second in the championship standings. He'll start P number 1 here in heat race number 1. To his outside, Aiden Lewis in car number 55 will start P2. Jeffrey Hyatt, he is 5th in the championship standings overall, looking to gain some points here tonight when we go feature racing. He'll start 3rd here in car 66. Brandon Carroll, car number 51, will roll from the 4th spot. Seth Krebs right there in the 268 car will roll from 5th. And Coyle, that is Dylan Coyle, car number 81, will go from 6th. 7th will be car number 75 here tonight. That'll be Dustin Burchett in car number 75. How about Thibodeau? The 226 of Donnie Thibodeau will roll from 8th. And Peyton Anderson in car number 43 will round out the 9 cars starting field here in this one. Ready to go, race fans. Thanks for joining us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. I know a lot of people may be missing here tonight because the old NASCAR race from, well, Nashville is on the Amazon Prime side of things, but we're here on the Turn 3 Racing Network side of things with the iRacing.com. It is the Outlaw Pro Late Model Series presented by the Outlaw Dirt Series. As you see your drivers out there on the speedway, who do you have, I should say, for heat race number 1? Is it Anderson coming from the trunk? Maybe it's Lewis. Maybe it's Krebs, Coyle, Dahl. Who do you got? Because we're going to turn them loose next time by here at the Steel Palace. That's right. We got dirt on the old racing surface here tonight. 8 laps the distance. Every driver to qualify here. Oh, what do you say? iRacing.com, pace truck off the racing surface, ready to go. Here goes James Dahl. He'll lead us to green. As he leads us to green, let's see where the track migrates early, right down around the bottom. Everybody, you see some bumps already. A little character out of turn number 2, and down the back straightaway they go. Sideways back there for that third spot. They're going to make it 3 wide through turns 3 and 4. Lap number 1 going to go to Dahl, and they're able to work it out there, but a little contact, a little hip check back down to the turn number 1. That is Lewis holding off Carroll and Krebs. Lap 1 going to Dahl. Dahl under fire, too, as he is at the top spot. Stay locked here. That's the better battle for the time being, but as we say that now, it's side-by-side for the race lead. Side-by-side down into 1 and a little contact. Now they're going to go 2 wide. They're going to go 3 wide. That is high. They're getting a little hip check there from Lewis. Lewis is the quick car right now in car number 55. There's the drivers, the race leader as he comes through here once again, right tucked up underneath the back end. That was the 55 of Lewis under Dahl. And now Dahl will go under Lewis for the race lead, which is 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go. It is Aiden Lewis and James Dahl right now. Dahl going to go up and tap the outside retaining wall just a little bit with that right rear. Oh, boy, hold on to her. That's the place we talked about, race fans. You don't want to get up there and tangle with the outside wall if you can avoid it. Battle just behind them, though, for that 3rd, 4th, and 5th position. Call it 6th also because that's Brandon Carroll in car number 51. He's right there. He'll now work to the inside on Coyle. Coyle working the outside there and hold on to her. These pro late models putting on a show so far. And this is just a heat race competition. There you see the 68 trying to get, that's the 268 of Krebs. Popsicle sticks going up this time. It'll be 2 more times around here in heat race number 1. Sideways for Seth Krebs, and that's going to now bump him into 4th, and in the clutches of Carroll and Coyle back there. They're running 4th, 5th, and 6th, and contact, and around they go. White silk in the air. We'll see if this one sticks or if we get the caution. I think the race leader took the white flag, so that's going to put Carroll and Krebs way behind the 8 ball. Final time through 3. Final time through 4. It'll be Aiden Lewis coming across here. He'll take the checker fly here in heat race number 1. It'll be Lewis, Dahl, Hyatt, Coyle as they come across the top 4. Burchett also. That's unofficial here tonight. I believe that is our one and only heat race for the pro late models here tonight. So Aiden Lewis showing he has a lot of speed in that car. Dahl also looking like he had some speed. So as these drivers, we're going to turn the lights off here at the Oswego Speedway. We're going to get ready here. We're going to do a little quick warm-up, and then we're going to get right into the racing action. No last chance qualifier. All drivers making the A main 40-lap feature event here at one of the fastest half miles on dirt. Race fans, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with that feature coming up after this.
See thee rise, the true north, strong and free. whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome back here to the Oswego Speedway practice session. Just finishing up for these drivers. As you see, Barney the Flagman had the checker flag in his hand. We're getting ready. 40 laps of feature racing competition here from the Oswego Speedway. Coming up right after, well, I say right after. These guys are already out there starting to get onto the speedway, so let's grab that starting lineup for the feature here tonight at Oswego. This is your starting lineup. Picking up the heat race win and starting P number 1 here for the 40-lap feature event. That's going to be Aiden Lewis. To the outside of him, car number 90 here tonight. Second starting spot, going to go to James Dahl. How about the third place starter, car 66 of Jeffrey Hyatt. Hyatt in car number 66, starting third. Dylan Coyle in car number 81 will roll from the fourth starting spot. Dustin Burchett will start in the fifth spot with car number 75. Donnie Thibodeau in car 326 will go from 6th. Brandon Carroll, car number 51, will go from 7th. 8th here on the starting grid, had a quick car in the heat race, got tied up. He'll start 8th. That'll be Seth Krebs. Krebs in car number 268. Peyton Anderson, another one of those drivers who had a quick car, got tangled up. In car number 43 will roll from the 9th starting spot. That's your starting lineup here tonight for the 40-lap feature event from Oswego. These drivers in their positions and everybody going to make this call here to the starting grid. So we'll start all drivers. And I just got passed along a tidbit of information. You know, I talked about the points championship standings coming in and how things really got kind of jumbled up and tossed up last week, where Adam Scott was able to take the top spot in the points championship. Well, looking through the lineup here tonight, Scott is not here. He had a 40-point lead over James Dahl. Dahl's here. So, if Dahl has a good race, keeps it clean, looks like, and he can pick up 40 points, he'll take the points championship lead. Looks like the third place driver in the points championship was Stephen Rayfield, not here tonight. Johnny Tucker, not here. Jeffrey Hyatt, though he is. Coyle is. Both those drivers are fifth and sixth. So, leaving Oswego, we could have a new points leader. And there are no drop weeks for these drivers, so all very valuable points here for the 9 drivers in this 40-lap feature event. Ready to go, though. The pace truck is off the racing surface. Race fans, sit back, relax, and enjoy the Outlaw Pro Late Model Series here tonight at Oswego as the green flag is flying. Great start by Lewis. A little contact back here for second and third. That is Hyatt all over the back end of the number 90 of James Dahl. Here comes the 66, though. Hyatt down on the bottom side of the speedway. It looks like he'll be able to take second. Aiden Lewis, though, will lead lap number 1. Lewis leading lap number 1. Dahl, Coyle, Burgett right now. The top 5 competitors. Lewis checking out to a second race lead on the opening lap. These drivers starting to already migrate. They want to stay out of the bumps on the bottom side of the speedway, so migrating in 3 and 4 already. We'll see if that continues here tonight, or if we go bottom lane dominant. You never know what kind of racing surface you're going to get when the sun goes down and the lights come on. Now it's Coyle who was able to slide up and take that second spot away from these drivers. So Lewis, Coyle, Hyatt, Dahl is how they come across. Dahl and Hyatt, though, still working side by side. You see the 66 of Jeffrey Hyatt up to the top side of the blue and white number 66. The black, green, and purple neon-looking colors of Dahl just got himself almost up against the inside retaining wall. And I'm looking at it. It looks like he did one car into the outside wall back there, holding it up to the top side of the speedway. That'll be the number 268, Seth Krebs, who had a quick car in the... As the caution light's going to come out, a little piece of that car coming off. So we're dropped the caution flag. As you see, Krebs able to limp that one off the speedway. Take a look here. Krebs up into the wall. He was running. Oh, just got that right rear. Right rear up over where the cushion is. And that's what puts us under the first caution flag of the evening here tonight at Oswego. Krebs trying to find the pit stall so he can get that car fixed. These drivers do have a quick repair in their back pocket. So if he can get that car fixed, it can be peachy, brand new, and he can come back out here onto the speedway. So a handful of laps. They're very racy track here at Oswego, but I did talk about that turn 3 and 4 wall, and we already saw Krebs get up there. It looks like Krebs able to find how to get that quick repair, so he is going to tag the back of the field. He'll be scored in the 9th spot. It's been all Aiden Lewis so far here tonight with Coyle, Hyatt, Dahl right there in 4th. Looks like we'll get the iRacing.com page truck to turn the lights off here this time, and then we'll be able to get back to racing action. So we're here tonight at the Oswego Speedway. Where do we go? We go to Lima Land Motorsports Park in Ohio after this. Then we head down to Florida, USA International. That's always a good one. Long straightaways, tight corners. Before we head to the sprint car capital of the world on June the 21st, that is the Knoxville Speedway. Federated Auto Parts on June 28th. Cedar Lake there on July 5th, right after the 4th of July fireworks show. And then Volusia Speedway Park on the 12th of July to wrap up the 12-week season. Let's finish this one as we got a lot of racing left here tonight. Green flag back into the air, everybody. Oh, Aiden Lewis almost got a little piece of the inside wall going down to the turn number 1. Looks like the inside wall going to grab the number 66 of Jeffrey Hyatt. Hyatt got that front left now, looking like it's Northeast Modified that races right here. Battle for the race lead, though. Lewis didn't quite get away from Coyle like he did in the opening laps. There you see the 81 Coyle up 2 spots from where he started here tonight. This time by put 7 official laps off the board. Fastest lap that time of the evening being turned by Aiden Lewis, a 17.97 second lap. Absolutely blistering pace by the race leader here, car number 55 of Aiden Lewis. Jeffrey Hyatt back there in the number 66 with that front left tore up on that 66 does not seem to be affecting him. As you see him jump up over the cushion. Dahl up there also flirting with it. He's got a little left front damage also on that number 90 for James Dahl. You see late in this run when the track starts to slow down and the tires start to wear out, if the damage on either one of the 66 or the 90 really start to play a factor when they... another one into the wall. The inside retaining wall getting a couple of them. That is the 43A. That is Peyton Anderson. These drivers all battling back here. This is 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. And Donnie Thibodeau back there just off the tail of this picture frame. Nothing happening up front. We're going to keep it right here. Watching Anderson and Carroll. Carroll down on the bottom side of the speedway with that number 51. It's where he's been going. The lane that his car's set up for right now. You see him throw a little bit of a half slider line on himself and gets right back into it. You see the 43 of Anderson, though. He is just kind of glued to the outside lane here. Oh, right up against the wall, and it bites him a little bit. Side by side out of turn number 4. It'll be at the line. Give it to the number 51 of Carroll. Nothing's changed up front. Still Lewis, Coyle, Hyatt, Dahl out in the top 4 positions. You're watching the battle for the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th position on the speedway. 27 laps to go. It'll be 25 when we come back around here. Look at that 75. Burchett up around the outside of the speedway. He has dropped 2 spots since the drop of the green flag here tonight. There you see Krebs just behind that number 75. Seth got that quick repair, got back out onto the speedway. He's been able to pick up 1 since the drop of the green flag. Still trying to flirt with that outside lane. Lewis sees 25 to go, 5 laps away from the halfway point here tonight at Oswego, and he goes tiptoeing down around the bottom side of the speedway, just seeing if he can kind of get through the tulips there without crushing any of them. He's got a good size lead, a little over a second. That's what he jumped out to on the opening couple laps here, and it's kind of just sat there. So is Aiden Lewis playing with Dylan Coyle right now. One driver pulling it down to the infield here. It'll be the 268. That'll be Seth Krebs. Krebs in car number 268 pulling it to the infield. Jeffrey Hyatt there in 3rd. Kind of stuck in no man's land. About 2.5 seconds behind Coyle. And then he has about 1.5 seconds over James Dahl. There you see James in the number 90. So it looks like the damage on the number 66 of Jeffrey Hyatt not really having that big of an impact on him. But maybe James Dahl a little bit had a... Maybe it's hurting him just a little bit. You never know how the setup is. Oh, as he'll jump up over the cushion. How many times have we seen it in turns 3 and 4 already here tonight? And we're only halfway through this feature event for these drivers. That'll bring the 51 of Carroll right back into the fold of this one. Right on board here. Onboard camera brought to us by the Rush Dirt Series. Here, Brandon standing on the gas on this one. Just trying to get to the inside. Can't get the old throttle down there on the exit. Now you see the 90 of James Dahl go down, try to protect a little bit on that bottom side of the speedway. 19 laps to go here. You're watching the side-by-side battle for the 4th and 5th position. Brandon has a better car down on the bottom side, and he'll be able to nose ahead. Does he slide up on top? No, he will not. He'll hold the bottom side of the speedway. He'll force James Dahl to try and put the power down at the line. Give it back to Dahl at the line. Great battle here. This time, though, Carroll drove it in, but boy, James Dahl really just leaning that right rear right up against the cushion at the line. Give that one to Carroll. Good battle here. Neither driver forcing or muscling either one of them up and out or down and around. And this time now the 51 goes up the speedway just a little bit. James Dahl back into the outside wall. Caution gonna come out. Looks like the 75 having a problem. Oh boy. First off, you can't park there, Dustin. Don't know if anybody told him that. Let's take a look back here on the replay. Watch the 75 working the high line around the speedway. Turn 3 and 4. Oh boy, got him. That was Thibodeau that came through there. Let's see. Riding on board with Thibodeau. Bam. Watch it here once again. Right rear, right front, spin it around. Oh, and then another hard lick into that outside wall. Hard hit there for Dustin. Looks like Hyatt was able to get back down there. He was running third, so he'll give up that third position for a brand new body on that number 66. Got some new suspension parts, so he'll get that all squared up and see what kind of lap times he can run now. Waiting to see if Burchett's able to get back out there, or if Anderson. Looks like Anderson may have called it an evening here from Oswego. Or see as the lights are still on the iRacing.com pace track, waiting to see if everybody can get back out onto the speedway. Krebs has retired, though, in car number 268. He will get credited with the 9th place feature finish here tonight, so the 9th place paying points. Don't have that off the top of my head here. Looks like we're going to get him going here. Everybody back out onto the speedway, so we'll hurry this caution along. Second caution flag of the evening here from Oswego. It'll be the 55 of Lewis, Coyle, Carroll, and Dahl. Green flag back into the air. Here we come. Great start by Lewis. He'll hold the race lead. Down the back straightaway, it'll be Carroll and Coyle, though. Hyatt already up into that 4th spot, and Dahl gonna fall to 5th. Race leader's been down around the bottom most of the night, and that's exactly where Lewis finds himself. A half a second race lead over the rest of the field. Coyle's able to defend and hold the 2nd spot. He's up tiptoeing around the outside. And goes right back to the bottom, so maybe a little more speed on the outskirts of 3 and 4. And down low on the bottom side of 1 and 2 is where that 81 really likes to go. The battle here for 3rd. Drone camera here tonight at Oswego, just going high enough above those power lines to stay out of them. Carroll able to hold off Dahl. Or sorry, Hyatt able to. Yeah, it's Carroll holding off Hyatt. I'll get it right. Read the right lineup, right? Reading's hard for us Pennsylvanians. Hyatt working the inside lane here now. If you were wondering if the 66 was able to put fresh tires on his late model, he was not. So those are still the old used up tires that he's got. Just a brand new body on that 66 with a little bit of tweak to the suspension. So he'll pull into 3rd, then bump Brandon back into that 4th spot. Does he have anything going, as it's the double high fives that time at the flag stand? Double high fives, and James Dahl having some problems. Here comes Donnie Thibodeau. He'll get to the inside. Dahl went to the outside in 3 and 4. And guess what? It got the right rear. How many times have you seen it? So Donnie now holding the 5th spot. James back to the 6th spot. As Donnie Thibodeau, I told you in the in the intro about that outside wall. Donnie Thibodeau just went up there and found it. Ejectocito, cuz unfortunately he'll find himself on the outside of the speedway there. No caution flag for that. Aiden Lewis is the race leader, half a second with 7 laps to go. Lewis still down around the bottom. Coyle's been running the outside and inside. Outside 3 and 4, inside 1 and 2. Let's see what he does down here with 1 and 2 with 6 laps to go. He'll go all about the bottom groove there through 1 and 2. Power down the back straight away. Lost a 10th last time by at the flag stand. Top of 3 and 4. Let's see what it is this time. An identical lap time to Aiden Lewis that time, so high five from every driver to the flag man. It'll be just 5 more times around Oswego. Top 3 drivers right now, Lewis, Coyle, and Hyatt. Looks like Dalton Thibodeau came to the infield momentarily. We'll see if they're able to get back out there, turn some laps here. Looks like they will finish 6th and 7th, though, with 3 laps to go. They're doing it for Dale, Lewis, Coyle, Hyatt, Carroll, and Burchett. No movement around the speedway. Keep it locked right here to the top 2. They see the old popsicle sticks as we wind them up and throw them out. It'll be just 2 more times around. A little over a mile of racing left here tonight from Oswego. Three and 4. I don't think Aiden Lewis has really slipped up or made mistakes here tonight. If you are Coyle, though, you are hoping, you are praying that 55 can make a mistake here. Coyle down around the bottom side. It looked like maybe a little tight situation that time, but final trip through 3 and 4 here for Aiden Lewis. Checkered flag going to be in the air, going from wire to wire for Aiden Lewis here tonight. It'll be Lewis, Coyle, Hyatt, Carroll, and here comes Dustin. He'll chug-a-lug-a-lug across the line. He'll be credited with that 5th position. Dahl, Thibodeau, Anderson, and Krebs, your unofficial results here. From Oswego, there's your winner. He'll pull down to the front straightaway here. We'll get to talk to him in just a couple of moments. Had himself one heck of a showing here tonight. Coyle and Hyatt also going to join him on the front straightaway. We'll see if we can get a word in with all these drivers. So we're going to take a very quick break here, race fans. We'll be back to talk to the top 3 finishers right after this.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome back to Oswego Raceway race fans, as we have completed all 40 laps of our feature event here tonight for the Outlaw Pro Late Model Series presented by the Outlaw Dirt Series. These drivers all lined up for 40 laps, and they knocked down about every wall, and they even tried to run over the pace truck once, but hey, we made it through the 40 laps. We got your top three standing by, so what do you say we head trackside here and talk to the third place finisher? He pilots car number 66, and it needed a new body out there tonight, Jeff. Halfway through this one, you found yourself running inside the top five, and you took 66 to the infield. What needed to be done to that 66 to get you right back up front here?
Honestly, it needed a new driver. That was probably the best bet for the car. Anyways, I think outside wall, inside wall, pit road, you name it, I hit it.
How hard is this track here in New York? It's an asphalt track for most, and usually once a year they throw dirt on it. iRacing scanned it during that once-a-year event, so how hard is it to get this track surface right and get the cars dialed in?
I feel like it's pretty easy to drive. You had to keep so much momentum that I don't know. I just can never get comfortable here in this car. I'm making 1 and 2 4 corners instead of 2 because I feel like I'm trying to turn the car. I don't know. I just can't figure it out in the pro here. It seems like.
Well, you can't figure this one out, but what do you think when we head to Lima Land next week? Do you have anything when we unload over there?
Yeah, I'm pretty decent there. I've always been comfortable, much in everything I've ran there. It's probably in my top 5 for sure, maybe even top 3. So I'll be looking forward to running that.
Well, we look forward to
this place.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing that next week here for you. You pick up a lot of points here tonight at Oswego, though. But before we let you go, who's on the quarter panels of the 66 that make it look as beautiful as it does?
Midwest Sim Sports, Majula Sace. Appreciate you for broadcasting, and appreciate Todd putting this on.
There you have it. He drives the 66. A great run for Jeff here tonight. Jeff Hyatt in car number 66, pulling off a third-place finish after going to the infield, the pit area here tonight, and coming back out and running through the field. Driver that'll finish, though, into the second spot. Top 5 car all night here tonight, Dylan, and then tonight you just couldn't run down the 55 at the end.
Yeah, I was chasing him pretty much the whole race. I just couldn't find. I tried. Aiden ran a perfect race. Didn't make a mistake.
I was going to say, what did you need here tonight at Oswego to be able to get around the 55? We saw you using the bottom side through 1 and 2, top side through 3 and 4. Is there anything you could have changed, or did you really just need that 55 to slip?
Well, I didn't have any grip in 1 and 2. In car 3 and 4, just 1 and 2, I would just slip up and just thought of lack of grip.
Lack of grip. What could you have done to change the grip? Is it moisture in the track? Is it? I mean, what could you have done?
Could have stayed on the gas more. I was just trying to push so hard to catch up to him, which caused no grip.
Well, hammered down, I guess, is what we would need for a speedway. Last week, Port Royal was more of a hammer down speedway. This week, a little more of a finesse, no grip up in New York. It's a typical New York track. It's always slick with no grip. Lima Land, Ohio, pretty known for juiced up tracks. What do you think?
So I'm waiting until next week, and maybe I.
Well, who do you got to thank, though, that maybe can help that right foot stay in her?
I like 1 speed. 51 is by God Sim Shots, and tires by Goose.
There it is. The tires by Goose are what's going to help him next week. That's the 81 here tonight of Dylan Coyle, keeping that car wound up. Your race winner, though, here. How about it from the point of view from the, the penthouse all night long, Mr. Lewis? You pick up the win here tonight, leading from wire to wire.
Yes, sir.
How did this car... I was going to say, I couldn't quite hear you there. So how did the car react in clean air? You didn't have to really battle with anybody in dirty air.
Yeah, I mean, clean air does. I don't know, I like it because nobody else likes it. I don't know, it's just a little, thing I'm good at, I guess.
The oddball tracks are usually what I prefer myself because, like you said, not many people like them. And, now tonight with this race here, hold on, let me take a quick look. I kind of threw it to the side here. Not quite in the top of the point standings. You were in that lower half of the top 10. Tonight with some of these drivers not showing up, how is this going to affect the points championship for them versus you, who now takes the most points out of Oswego?
In the first two races, a win definitely helped.
Well, what
And
do
puts me up there closer to. I said it definitely puts me up there closer to top 3.
Yeah, we're going to have to really see how the points kind of shake out here after this one, with a lot of the drivers between you and, I believe, James Dahl, who was here tonight. After we calculate all that out, we'll see where you all land.
Yeah.
But let's roll the red carpet out here for you, my friend Aiden. First win of the season. Let's hand you the microphone and let you thank all the people that make it possible.
Huge thanks to Midwest Imports. They, Jeffrey, especially Aces and Eights. Jeffrey made my rep. The thing looks clean. That's for sure. They help us. That's about it.
That's about it from Aiden Lewis here tonight. He'll pick up that win at Oswego, and we're getting ready to go to the next one. Will he be able to do it again when we head to Limaland just 1 week from now on June the 7th, when the series returns back to racing action? Will we have that full field where these drivers really have to get after it at Limaland, or will some of these drivers walk away with some of those, we're calling them easy points, if you will? That's June the 7th from Limaland, just 1 week from now. Then it's June the 14th at the USA International Speedway, June the 21st in Knoxville. Then it's I-55 on the 28th of June. July 5th, we go to Cedar Lake, and July 12th, we will wrap up the season here with the Outlaw Dirt Series with their pro late models. Well, race fans, that's going to do it here from the Steel Palace. We're going to wrap the cords up, and we're going to send them down, to Ohio. Until we catch you 1 week from now, race fans, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in turn 3.